Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you're listening to this to. This is episode 7 of Sport Talk at Townsend, and we are back after our half-term break. So I've got my regular co-presenting with me today. So I've got George.
Hello.
And I've got Luke.
Hello.
And we have got lots to get through today in terms of what happens over the last couple of weeks, or the last week or so. There's been quite a lot of developments at St Albans City, including a viral video that I'm sure George will talk us through later on regarding the mascot of St Albans.
Yes.
We've also got Luke's very happy because Bournemouth have been doing really, really well, and they're into the second round of the FA Cup, and we'll talk about that later on.
My hand still hurts.
Your hand still what from the weekend?
Yeah.
All that clapping and cheering.
All the banging.
All the banging against making the chants.
Yeah.
And so we've got lots to get through today, and we've got other sports which we'll do a roundup of. But as always, we'll start with our Premier League roundup of the weekend's results. So we've got let's start with last night really. So Sunderland drew 1-1 with Everton last night. Again, a really, really good result for Sunderland as they accumulate lots and lots of points at the start of the season to avoid the drop, really. What do you think, boys? Do you think they're going to get relegated, or do you think they're going to survive?
I can't see them getting relegated now. I really can't. I reckon they'll get mid-table.
I think they get Champions League.
Yeah. Do you think they get Champions League? That's a bold statement.
Get Europe.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll review that when we come to the end of the season, and we'll see if they do get that Champions League spot, or in Europe that you've made a bold statement there, Luke. A
Very
really bold statement.
statement.
And going back to Saturday then, so we've got Brighton beat Leeds 3-0. Arsenal look like the best team in the league by an absolute mile, don't they, at the moment?
6 points.
I know, they beat Burnley 2-0 at Turf Moor. Crystal Palace, they won 2-0 against Brentford in what I heard was called the set-piece derby, which is quite funny. I think I heard that on Match of the Day, actually. They called it the set-piece derby. Fulham beat Wolves 3-0, which led to the dismissal of the Wolves manager, Vitor Pereira. Nottingham Forest, they drew 2-2 with Manchester United, so I don't know if have you seen the guy with the big hair, boys?
Yeah, he's not getting a haircut.
He's not getting it cut until Man United win 5 in a row, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I swear I'm going to be in a wheelchair by the time he gets a haircut.
His hair is massive now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dyed it red.
Has he really?
Yeah, he dyed it red.
Oh, I didn't see that.
After 1 year, he dyed it red.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see because it's hard to win 5 games in a row at any level, especially at the top level of English football. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
And
So
in Europe.
And especially
Yeah.
after losing to Grimsby as well.
exactly. So if any of you haven't seen it, then check out. I don't know what you would type in to find it, boys. What would you find it?
His name, I think,
On YouTube
his name's the
Shorts.
United Strand.
The United Strand. There you go. Check out his big hair because it is big, isn't it?
Yes.
And then in the 5:30 game, Spurs put in an absolute terrible performance to lose to Chelsea. We might touch on that a little bit later. We might just scoot over it. And then we had an even later game on Saturday where Liverpool got back to winning ways.
Finally!
Got back to winning ways with a 2-0 win over Liverpool. But I'm sure if you see both those goals, they were sort of given to you, weren't they? Really?
Yeah.
Most probably.
Yeah. Yesterday's game saw Sunday's game, because it's Tuesday today. Sunday's games saw West Ham get their first win at home this season after beating Newcastle 3-1.
Our goalkeeper went back with West Ham to playing first team.
Yeah, they re-signed, didn't they, this year?
Yeah.
And he's done well, but West Ham seem to be more organised, and they had a young boy called Freddie Potts, who, those of you who don't know, and this is before your time, and back in the 1990s, I think, his dad Steve played for West Ham as well. So yeah, they're carrying on the legacy, really, of bringing a player through from that family. And then in the 4:30 game yesterday, Manchester City, with Erling Haaland, who looks like an absolute machine at the moment, doesn't he? They beat Bournemouth 3-1. So we don't really mention the table on this, but it's starting to take a little bit of shape now, isn't it? And you've got, if we look at the bottom, you look at Wolves, West Ham, Nottingham Forest. They look like they're going to be really playing out for relegation. You generally get one team that comes into it, so Burnley and maybe Leeds might come into it as well. Well, it's funny because you say that about Tottenham, but actually, if we'd have won on Saturday, we go into second place, which was incredible, really, because the performance was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, and the boos at the end of the game were something to behold. But we've got a chance tonight to we're at home to Copenhagen tonight in the Champions League, so a chance to again, and that's the good thing about football and sport in general, is that you always move on to the next thing, don't you? So whereas we don't tend to dwell on things, what happens now is that you get a chance very, really quickly to actually make a difference because sport moves on really, really quickly. So as we're looking at the league table now, so Arsenal have opened up a 6-point gap on Manchester City in second place. Liverpool up to third on 18 points.
We're doing okay.
Yeah, not too bad. They're doing okay. They've picked up a little bit. And I think the thing about Liverpool is that, yes, they were out in front, but they've actually slipped back a little bit. But you never feel that they're really out of it. You feel like they're Liverpool and Man City. There could be teams that could go on and run 7, 8, 9 games in a row, couldn't they? Mm-hmm. You think what happened a few years ago when they both won, was it 10 in a row, was it?
I think so.
When it was Man City and Liverpool, they both won 10 in a row.
I think it was like more.
And then John Stones made that goal line clearance to win City the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's still very early days, but
and Mickey van der Ven's bicycle kick to win the Europa League with
that was something that will go down in history, I think. Luke, what do you think? Yeah, absolutely. Like that, I've seen pictures of that everywhere, and that's something that we can treasure for the rest of our lives, Luke, shall we say? Yeah. Right, shall we get into them? We're going to leave the Premier League there. We're going to cut that a little bit short because it was FA Cup first rounds at the weekend. And as those who have been listening to us week after week after week, this was George's big thing that he wanted to see St Albans City in the FA Cup first round. And they did qualify for the FA Cup first round where they played against Burton Albion.
But we lost.
So, do you want to just explain what happened in the week with regards to the management of St Albans City?
Ian Culverhouse and Paul Bastock left St Albans to go to Kings Lynn. And now we've got Michael Bostwick, who's our centre-back, who bought him from Boston United. We've got him as our manager at the minute.
So I know Michael. I'm pretty sure Michael Bostwick played for Stevenage at one stage as well, didn't he?
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he did, like years ago. But yeah, that was a bit of a shock because I read reports saying that they knew that the manager was going to go to Kings Lynn, I think, because I think they sort of live over in that direction. They was travelling in quite a long way each time. But they asked Kings Lynn not to approach them until after the FA Cup first round game.
Oh.
Yeah, so which unfortunately they didn't abide by, and they approached them, and the management team went. So that meant that Michael Bostock had to come in and run the team. Now he's a player still, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a player. But well, you can. Well, it's not our fault for losing 6-0. We've got an interim manager.
So yeah, I think, and obviously they went to play against Burton Albion, and Burton Albion are in what division?
They're in League One. Well, you can't blame us for losing 6-0, but what you can blame is the mascot.
Yeah. So I've actually had a conversation with Mr. Flack about, and we've laughed about the mascot as well. So, how long's the journey up there, George? How long was it to Boston?
It's about
Burton,
2 hours.
sorry. It's about 2 hours to Burton, and if we could say that the mascot,
he was probably drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he was
on the coach.
All we can say is to keep this sort of PC that he was a little bit intoxicated, wasn't he? which meant that yeah, if you type in St Albans City mascot, you'll just see this person that's dressed up head to toe in fancy dress, not being able to walk in a straight line, shall we say? So if you want to check it out, please just and you haven't seen it, please check it out. It is really funny. It's gone viral on the internet, hasn't it?
It's on the news in America.
It's made the news, and it's made the news in America. It's a very funny video. So I would advise anyone just to check it out. If you've got 30 seconds spare, go and check it out. It's very, very funny.
Escorted out the ground.
Yeah.
After trying to fight the other mascot.
Yeah. So not great, but that the video is very, very funny.
And
So
Urban's police are investigating it now.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what they're going to get out of that really, but we're going to move on from that. We're going to talk about the game. So talk us through, how did the game go?
Conceded within 40 seconds.
Which was a problem for St Albans last year, wasn't it? They kept conceding early.
And I think we did keep conceding early, but the first game of the season against Maidstone, we conceded in the last minute, and right after the Burton player scored, he just ran up to the fans and did a backflip, which I think is a bit over the top for the first minute. Okay,
and quite dangerous as well. If he lands
Yes.
that wrong,
Yeah.
then he's he's going to be in a bit of pain, isn't he? Mm-hmm. So was it one of them games, George, where sort of the class told over the course of the game, like obviously losing 6-0 and they're playing up against, what was it, 1, 2, 4 levels up, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4 or 5 levels up. And the thing is, we were only a goal down at half time. We all thought we were going to come back and pull off some kind of miracle story. Then we go and concede 5 goals in 45 minutes.
Yeah. So unfortunately for George, for the supporters of St Albans, for the players of St Albans City, their run to Wembley has now come to an end. So their main focus now has to be on trying to get promotion, isn't it?
We get promotion. It is officially redemption.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think that's got to be their main thing, is looking to get out of the Isthmian Premier, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So I think I've got some games on the Isthmian Premier coming up soon, actually. Because obviously, for those who don't know, I'm a referee, and I think I've got, is #United in your league?
Yeah.
I've got them soon. I've got them. I've got Grays Athletic. Are they in your league?
I don't think so.
I've got them. They're coming up fairly soon as well. But I've definitely got #United coming up, and I've got, who else? I've got Berkhamsted. They're in the Southern League.
Yeah, they're in the Southern League.
But yeah, so some high profile games that I've got to refer or to officiate in soon. Right then, Luke. So let's flip our attention to Boreham Wood. So talk us through their game against Crawley, I believe, wasn't it?
3-0 to the B Wood.
So 3-0 to Boreham Wood. So obviously they're playing against a team. So Crawley are in League
2, but in relegation.
They're in League 2. So it's a bit of a scout for Boreham Wood, really, wasn't it? So you was at the game, I'm assuming?
Yep, I was at the game. We scored in the 9th minute.
Yep.
Got a penalty in the 15th minute. Scored that to make it 2-0. The second half, I think we woke the neighbours up because we scored an absolute cracker.
Oh, really? And then, so 3-0, you're sort of home and dry then, aren't you?
Yeah.
And they played really well, did they?
Yeah.
Did it look like there was a gulf between the two teams in terms of league, or not? Not at all. Not at all. Was the crowd good? What was the crowd like?
1,536.
Oh, so that's a good crowd, isn't it?
And 501 Crawley fans came.
Okay.
Boreham Wood.
So that's a really good crowd, and so they go through to the second round, and the second round draw was made last night. And who have they got?
Newport County.
At home or away?
At home.
At home. So another good draw, and I think that's coming up. Is that at the end of this month, or?
That's the 5th to the 8th of December.
Oh, okay. So we've got a few weeks for that yet, and obviously this round's is the next crucial round. Like where, George, you were saying you wanted to get to the FA Cup first round.
Yeah.
Once you get to the first round, you get through to the second round. That's the next big one, because in the third round, that's where we get
all these big teams.
Yeah, all the Premier League teams and the Championship teams. They then come into the cup then. So
Well, at least I've only got to wait one round before Liverpool enter the tournament, and I'll have some FA Cup to watch.
Exactly, and then George will be back in talking about Liverpool as well.
I want Liverpool to get Boreham Wood away.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? There you go. That would be really nice.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, when you think about Liverpool last year when they lost to Plymouth, a smaller team.
My sister still laughs at me about that today.
So I think, though, like talking about the local teams, I think one team we have to talk about really is Hemel Hempstead. So do you see Hemel Hempstead playing away at Wigan?
They could have won it at the death.
Yeah, they lost on penalties, didn't they?
I can't believe Hemel took Wigan to penalties.
Yeah, so Hemel Hempstead are they in the
National
League South? And then so Wigan are in League One, so again that's 3 or 4 divisions higher. And they were playing away as well in Wigan. And they took them to a penalty shootout, which was a fantastic achievement. Ultimately, or unfortunately, lost that penalty shootout. But
if they won it, they would have been the first. It would have been their first second round
In the history.
In the history.
And the last time Hemel actually played in the FA Cup first round was about 11 or 12 years ago, I think. They were away at Bury. And I love the fact that our old goalkeeper who played for St Albans made the move to Hemel has gone out with us.
oh, okay.
At least it just makes me feel that tad bit better.
So it's one of the ones where I think, like, you know, the FA Cup first round is such a big day in the football calendar, as is the third round, really. And it's an amazing competition. The fact that there are like 800 clubs in it that start in the first weekend in August, and it goes right the way through to the final in May. It gives everyone a chance to play in it. It gives everyone a chance to officiate in it. I officiated in it back in August. So it's a competition for everyone, isn't it? And what we like about the FA Cup, I think, is about
It brings drama.
It brings drama and the shocks that we like as well.
It's the fairy tale runs. Like, we had Maidstone and Coventry both being dark horses in the same season. That's why we love football.
Exactly.
I like the FA Cup when a non-league side get into like the 4th, the 5th, the 6th round.
Yeah. There was a club, this is probably before your time, there was, who was it, Chesterfield.
Oh, yeah.
So Chesterfield got to the semi-final of the FA Cup, and they took Middlesbrough to a replay, and they lost the replay. And that would have been something quite amazing to see Chesterfield, because Middlesbrough at the time they were a bigger club than they are now, but they had they had these Brazilians playing for them, they had the Italian centre forward playing for them.
Didn't Juninho play?
Juninho was playing, yeah. So he was playing for them at the time as well, and it would have been something amazing. And do you know who's playing at the back for Chesterfield? Sean Dyche was playing. So who's just recently been appointed manager of Nottingham Forest. He was the centre back for Chesterfield.
Wow.
So that's going back a few years. I remember there was a game at Old Trafford, I think, and there was a goal line clearance which I think VAR now, or an offside decision which VAR would have overruled now, which would have given Chesterfield the lead. So, but that's something in the past, and that's why we love the FA Cup, because of the drama that it can cause.
And Tottenham, I don't know what year it was. Tottenham were the first non-league side to win the FA Cup.
That was 1901.
1901, correct, yeah. So we were the first non-league side to win the FA Cup. And we held the record for the most FA Cup wins, going back to 1991 was the last time we won it. So that's a very long time ago now. But that's the first time we'd won it. I think we've won it 9 times or 8 times. But I think Arsenal hold the record, I think, with 14, I think. Unfortunately, for all of us, unfortunately. So we've got a few other bits to talk about in terms of other sports. So we had the first of the autumn internationals on Saturday in terms of rugby union.
England beat Australia.
25-7. So that was a really good start for them.
Oh, England.
Yeah, really good start for them. They've got a young player playing who came off the bench again called Henry Pollock, and he's going to be something special. So look out for that name, because he's going to be something special there. So in the next 3 weeks, England are going to play. They've got Fiji on Saturday. Then they've got the biggest game you could probably play, apart from South Africa. They've got New Zealand the following week, and then they've got Argentina the week after that. So for everyone who likes rugby or rugby union, there's lots of international rugby on for you in the next few weeks. Moving on to cricket, so we just had the final of the Women's World Cup, and for the very first time, India have won it. So the very first time, so they beat Australia in the semi-final.
Yeah, and then they beat South Africa, who sadly beat England.
So
125 runs.
Yeah,
wow,
so quite convincing. So India, I think, won by about 60 runs, I think, in the end. And I think it's the first time that the Indian women have actually won the Cricket World Cup, and I think that that could really be the catalyst for women's cricket to really take off around the world. If you're aware or you're not aware of it, the majority of the money that gets pumped into cricket does come from India.
Yeah.
One of the biggest cricketing nation in the world. And it's actually the first time that the Indian women have won. So it's a massive achievement for them. I really like watching women's cricket. And it's improved dramatically in terms of their fielding. If you watch the Australian women field, for example, their fielding is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The way they just move around the field and the way they are in terms of their batting and their bowling as well. They've taken the sport to a new level, and hopefully, with India winning this one as well, it's gonna be the catalyst for the women's game to really explode. And then we had the men. So England men are currently out in New Zealand, and unfortunately, we suffered a 3-0 series defeat.
We didn't win the T20 1-0 though.
We won the T20 1-0, although 2 of those games were washed out. But we lost to New Zealand, and they were warm-ups really, one-day games, because the big thing that's coming up, which starts on November the 21st, is the Ashes in
The day before my birthday.
the day before your birthday. So it's the big thing. So it's the Ashes that
One of them,
were,
I think it's the third one that starts on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day night. So it's called the Boxing Day Test. And that is held at the MCG in Melbourne, which holds 100,000 people. Wow. So in Australia, it's a tradition. So every year, their test match, because it's their summer, their test match always have a test match that starts on Boxing Day. So for us, it will be Christmas Eve, like late at night. Christmas Day late at night. And so that one's in Melbourne. So that is one of the things is on my bucket list. I really want to go to a test match, an Ashes test match at the MCG. I've never been to Australia, and it's somewhere where I'd really like to go. So that's something for my bucket list as I get older. So we've got Champions League this week, haven't we? Going back to the football.
I'm very scared to play Real Madrid tonight.
So for those of you who don't know, it's Liverpool versus Real Madrid tonight at Anfield.
Trent Alexander's back.
He's back. He's not playing though, is he? I don't think.
Is he not?
Is he fit, or I thought he was injured?
I know he was injured. I don't know if he's back yet.
Oh, okay, so he might be back. So we can report on that next week, can't we? So what's your feelings about that game today, George?
Very nervous.
Very nervous.
The form we've been on recently, I don't know if we can win tonight, but Real Madrid, it seems like the only way they could score this season is from the penalty spot. So if we get unlucky and concede a penalty, we really need Mamardashvili to step up.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of that, Mark? What do you make of Mamardashvili?
I think he's a good keeper, but at the rate we're going, we need Alisson back. Not entirely putting the blame on Mamardashvili. It's just I think he needs quite a lot of time to get used to a big league like the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Spurs tonight are playing Copenhagen. So I think after Saturday's performance, it's a must-win. But I think one of the standout ties, obviously Liverpool Real Madrid is probably the standout tie of this round. But you've also got PSG versus Bayern Munich. So, and the way I think Bayern Munich have got the only perfect record in Europe.
The only perfect record in Europe.
In Europe.
Wow, well done, Bayern.
So, it's something that to keep an eye on tonight. I'm not quite sure if they're playing tonight or tomorrow night. Let me have a look. They're playing tonight. So they're playing tonight in Paris. And then what have we got coming up? Do you know what we've got coming up for St Albans this weekend?
Away at Dulwich Hamlet. It's going to be a tough game. I reckon
Dulwich Hamlet usually have a big crowd there as well.
Yeah, I reckon we could at least get a point out of that. I reckon it will be the 1-0 or 2-1 to Dulwich Hamlet. I don't think we'll get a win this weekend.
Okay. And what about Bournemouth Wood, do you know?
Playing today, Aldershot.
Tonight, in the league?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's a big game for them as well tonight, isn't it?
If we win, hopefully.
Yeah, so
how Rochdale and all the teams above us do. If they lose, I think we go top.
you can. I've just got the league table up in front of me now. So you've got Rochdale on 34, Scunthorpe 33, Carlisle 33, and then there's Bournemouth sitting at 4th place on 32. So if results go for you tonight, it could mean that Bournemouth go to the top of the league. So something to look forward to.
Something I don't want to see.
Definitely.
Something I want to see is them in FIFA. That's what I just wanted to do.
I'm not sure you'll see them in FIFA just yet. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm sure some of you heard that was the bell to signify the end of our lunchtime. So we are gonna wrap this up and complete this this episode. So thank you, George, for coming back again.
That's okay.
And thank you to you, Luke, for your input again. It's very much appreciated. And we hope you enjoyed listening to it. We may have a special guest next week, but stay tuned for that. And apart from that, enjoy your week of sport, and we look forward to speaking to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.